375 Alive, talking things they love, talking of the toys from the stars above. Join Dave of the Dead and Ryan speaks geek as they keep 375 Alive. "375 Alive, talking things they love, talking of the toys from the stars above. Join Dave of the Dead and Ryan speaks geek as they keep 375 Alive."
Hello, hello, lovely people. It is 375 Alive, live.
Yeah.
Live. It's too many lives.
How you doing, Ryan?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that we can get back on and do one of these. It's been a while, hasn't it, since the last live stream?
Yeah.
Happy
And
to get into
what
it.
better weekend to do it when we've been to two very different experiences toy-wise this weekend. So
Yeah. You've been to the mainstream MCM Comicon.
I've been to Comic-Con on the Friday, and you've been to Southend Toy Fair. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, a little closer to home. Nice Essex Toy Fair, but it was really good. Yeah, lots of Star Wars. Not too many pickups, but I got to see Trash Compactor Customs, which is one of your mates down the road in Harlow. That was kind of cool.
Marky Mark, yep.
Yeah.
To say hello to a few people, we've got it started with a click. Shelley. So Shelley was actually going to be at Comic-Con yesterday, I believe, just because I think deliberately to make sure she didn't meet me. The one, the only, Joby One Kenobi.
Yo.
We've got Obi Rob Kenobi. Hello there, gents. We have got Des T. Hello,
Des
guys.
T. Yeah, good to meet you at Echo Live, Des.
Yeah.
That was really cool, yeah.
And we've got Daniel Chart 99.
And another one, Evening Daniel. All right.
There we go. Look at that. Look, shame you wasn't at MCM. I found Jacob and said hello. TBC had some good reveals, and that Vader looks awesome.
We'll definitely get into that.
Yo, Star Wars Roo, hey up. It's a Kenobi family reunion. And I did see that there was already a comment about okay, we are going to go and have a chat about the retro reveals very shortly. And I can neither confirm or deny that, Shelley.
Well, yeah, you weren't there for the reveals, were you, on the Friday? So you missed, or you didn't miss anything, but you just weren't there for Saturday's Hasbro reveals.
Well, I was away for the weekend. I was always away on Saturday and Sunday with my wife. We were visiting friends, but I had the opportunity. Like, they were messaging me if I wanted to interview the Hasbro guys, and annoyingly, I was like, all right, but they were like, it's only on the Saturday we can arrange the interviews, and I was like, oh, okay, so I just couldn't make it work. But Jacob's Toys, he did actually go and get to interview them. So check out Jacob's Toys channel because he's got some interviews on there. Chucked them a couple of questions. Did speak to everyone though. I spoke to Dwight, spoke to Chris, Emily, all lovely people. Got to see the Tron HasLab there in person.
We'll absolutely spend this live stream talking about Star Wars. But how did that Tron HasLab look? Because I'm not backing it, and it sounds like most people aren't either.
I'm going to surprise you now, Dave. After seeing it in person, I've backed it.
You've backed it? Wow.
The pictures don't do it justice. Seeing it in person, I felt great. And I was like, it is a lot of money. But the thing is, the way I've almost justified it is that I haven't backed any other HasLab before. It's a one-off cost. It's a complete run and done. I've got the characters I want there. The bikes, the stand looks awesome. It lights up. It's just completely out the door. It's done.
It's a nice looking set. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's just the pricing, amongst other things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tron is a bit too niche to be here. Yeah, I could totally get it, and sadly, I don't think it will fund. And it's a shame because it's a fantastic set. Like when you see it in person, it does look very different to seeing the pictures, but it's fantastic, and I can see there's been a lot of love put into it as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Like the guys that do 375 over at Hasbro anyway, like from the indie line to Star Wars and now Tron. Like they are a passionate bunch, and it'd be interesting to see where the 375 line goes now that they've sort of put it under one banner. Whether that will be through HasLabs or Retro or Super Articulated, like Vintage Collection, but yeah.
We will
Well, you say
see.
you back
We will
it
see.
might go up.
So that really cracked me up, this comment, because in my head I finished that sentence with "sorry I didn't recognize you. It must be because of the red arm," is what I had in my head.
Well, it's not because of the hat.
Yeah. Oh, it is fine. But so I suppose one of the main things we want to talk about then, obviously with MCM, well, I missed out, but it turned out their actual reveal got missed as well, because
I was gutted for. I was watching it on various live streams at the time, and I think Chris desperately wanted to get like the retro collection, but they were clearly running behind. I don't know how long they'd spent on like Transformers and Marvel, but they had like a tiny little window for Star Wars at the end, and yeah, he just couldn't quite get a slide up or anything. But he did manage to.
it reminded me a bit of like the Jimmy Kimmel thing with Matt Damon's, like, apologies to Matt Damon, but we ran out of time. I kind of feel like that's the retro collection as a whole. Is
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
there's a few really passionate people about it, but they just don't want to talk about it.
Well, it's not great. It's not great for the fans of that line that have been like asking for just something, like, and they're sort of drip feeding it, and even when they drip feed it, they just miss it off their stream altogether. But,
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, shall I get the pictures up?
yeah,
I'll
do.
let's do this. Are we ready, guys? Here it is. These are the two, and you can see by the little arrow that I very crudely just screenshotted this from Mr. Stevie's Instagram, which I know he won't mind because we know him. Which, funny enough, I WhatsApped. I sent Steve a message of me and Jake by the HasLab just as a bit of fun. Next thing I know, I sent it on WhatsApp, and next thing I know, you've sent me a message with a screenshot of Instagram. Suddenly, I'm on his Instagram, basically just. And then people going like, "That's not Dwight," because I think the way he phrased it looked like I was Dwight or Chris or something. It's like, but it was funny. But yeah, so here they are. We've got CZ3.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I have genuinely wanted CZ3 since I was an actual child, because in the Star Wars Visual Dictionary, which is like, when you're a kid and dial-up internet was about 3 billion years to load one picture, that was like the Bible of getting
It's
those
your Bible.
background
Yeah,
things.
those reference books. Yeah, absolutely.
And there was a double Polaroid, if you will, of of Red Dwarf reference there. Of CZ3.
I mean, I liked it. I didn't like it that much.
It didn't even. It's that about Hoover, sir.
So
but it was.
we could go back to our, because we did a top 10 list earlier on in the year, like for retro collection. So we each compiled a list of 10. Garinden was on mine. CZ3 was quite high up on yours. So to get at least one each off our lists, I'll take that, because none of my March Madness or Last Figure Standing submissions get anywhere close to making the list. So I'll take Garinden. I'm very happy with CZ3. One thing we did discuss on that live stream was, would you take him with removable limbs? And I think hopefully they haven't obviously confirmed, but you'd want it with removable limbs, right?
Do you know what? I would love it with removable limbs, because I want to make. There's like CZ3 is the one we see wandering the streets, but then there's also CZ1, which Steve sort of alluded to a bit on his post. I think he put like CZ3 or in brackets, or is it CZ1? But you got the one in the Sandcrawler, which doesn't have either arms, and it's just sort of rocking back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm mirroring the motions. And then you've got in Return of the Jedi, you've got the CZ droid, and it's just the one arm like that. Which, again, every time I don't know why I have to keep doing that, because even on the video of this slide thing, I think I started doing that as well.
So you're buying 4 then, is that right?
3.
No, 3. Okay.
I'm not an idiot, Dave. I'm only buying 3. Which means I'm going to have 3 Garindens and 3 of whatever else comes in there. So I hope there's a troop in there or 2.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we can discuss what we think the rest of the wave is going to be, and if anyone in the chat wants to weigh in here, I appreciate we're all in collecting for different reasons, but obviously we're going to focus on retro just for this little segment. Do you think they're staying on Tatooine then for the whole wave, or do you think they might throw in a curveball like because we got Luke Yavin ceremony, didn't we? Do you think we'd get Leia in there or?
That is actually my top guess for, and I bet my prediction for this 6-pack is that it's going to be a New Hope still, and
Yeah.
I think we are going to get Princess Leia Yavin, because I think we got the Luke in this set, and I think there's an element of synchronicity with what they're trying to do. So if you think about it, right, we've just had the HasLab Cantina. Steve himself said he's loving all the pictures of everyone doing their cantinas with like Kenner figures in as well. So I think the fact that a lot of people have got that play set, and then it would be good, and all the Tatooine like streets, like the the Mos Eisley street set, and also the 4-pack they did, which you've got with the adventure pack,
Yeah.
the cardboard streets. So I think it's a good opportunity to try and fill those, so to get people back into the thing of like the figures we didn't get, because that was the original intention for the retro collection, was not necessarily repacks of things we've already had or remakes, but it was to add characters that we didn't have before. So yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yes. I'd quite like Wyo's Leia, the one that buys the land speeder off Luke. I mean, they're practically in the same scene as that CZ droid as well, which
with a lot of eyes.
With all the eyes, yeah. But yeah, beyond that, I don't know. Like, my imagination's terrible when it comes to the retro collection. I know you love your third party stuff. I haven't collected any of it really. I'll certainly pick up retro when it comes out because just love the scale. Oh look, there's the list. So yeah, Woo-Her would be a good one, and
I think there's a good chance. So if I was going from our list, ones that I think actually might be in this box set, based on the fact that we've already got 2, so trust us, guys, we're reliable. All right, we've got we clearly you can see we've got an insight. If I was going to guess, actually in this box, I would go for Woo-Her, Leia Yavin ceremony, and Biggs Dark Lighter X-wing pilot.
Yeah, Big's a big one. Yeah,
I think
pilot.
those ones will definitely. That's my strong feeling that those ones will be in there.
Dan's comment for a figure in Dan, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Like you'd want an army build, army band build.
Do you know what? I would rather they did figure in Dan as a 6-pack on its own, with the 6 instruments and figures. I think that'd be, or if they did it in like those old school 3-pack boxes, maybe like 2 lots of 3-pack boxes or something. I don't know, something a bit of fun.
Yeah. Oh no, we've got enough deluxe in TVC. We don't need deluxe coming to retro. Thank you very much.
Guys, don't mention deluxe in front of Dave. What's next? Comments about packing figures. I'll just move that away. But yeah, so if I was going to predict out of our list which one they are going to be in the box, I think Woo-Her, definitely, and I think Leia Yavin ceremony and Biggs X-wing pilot, possibly Dodana, but because I think it's all going to be a New Hope themed. I think they've said that as well.
Yeah, it makes sense. Keep it all in the same era for now, and then do an Empire theme and then a Jedi theme. Yeah, just to reiterate, this is retro. This isn't TVC right now. So
no,
appreciate.
We will be talking about TVC soon because there were some very interesting results, and also to look a little bit on the last figure standing, the currents, where we're standing with that at the moment. And then I'll go on to why I'm so upset with the community for not including Shadows of the Empire. But anyway, focusing on this. So mold-wise, so I'm gonna let's talk about Gurindin for a second, because this is one, right, that is causing a lot of people aren't happy. A lot of people aren't happy with this figure, design-wise.
I think,
I don't know if you see much of it, because I know you obviously.
Yeah, no, I don't see as much of it, and I think I maybe from an outside point of view, because I don't collect the Stan Solo stuff or anything like that, but I know that a lot of these customs and third parties have done their own versions of Gurindin, and some of those more iconic characters. You can see how they look in 3 3/4 inch, because the third party people they've done them. So Gurinden uses what the Death Squad commander type body, doesn't he, with a vinyl cape,
Yeah.
like, which is great. So when
Actually,
you're
I've got
going
it
to Hasbro,
right here.
they're not going to recreate that. There you go. They're not going to recreate that. They're going to do their own thing. I can't quite tell what the hood is made of. I don't know if that's vinyl, or if that's going to be a bit of cloth, or if it's going to be attached to him, or if it's going to, I don't know. I don't have any problems with it. Like, they make a choice with all these retro figures. Some of them are going to land and some of them aren't. I think if you went back and, you know, if the original 96 all came out now, you'd think some of the choices with their poses, they're a bit questionable, aren't they? Like, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
And the
happy
colours
for
on,
some of them
like,
to just be a bit weirder and not quite as, yeah.
absolutely. And you know what? This is going to be controversial to you retro viewers, but I quite like the Grinden, and I'll tell you for why. And I actually, just to make it very clear, I really do love my Stand Solo one. So, why do I really like this one? Because it's different. Hasbro, I think they're not idiots. They're aware of the third party figures being made in that, but they're also aware that there's a big portion of the customer base that don't buy them or can't afford them. Because the thing is about smaller creators that are making these figures are like £30 plus a figure, like just for one figure. Hasbro is on a mass market scale. You're paying 60 quid for a box of 6 figures. You're paying a tenner a figure. So the masses might know that, and other people, you know, have whatever quibbles about buying third party. But I'm in defense of the Grinden because it is it's a new mold, it's different. It's not like they've gone, that's what Stan Solo did, I'll do that. And I love the Stan Solo one, but what I will say, you know, people are saying about the hood, the fabric hood, but the Stan Solo one isn't perfect. It's got the vinyl cape, but it's got a molded. I mean, the head, I'm almost certain, is pretty much identical to the Power of the Force 2 one, which was a
Oh, really?
fantastic figure from the 90s. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty spot on to what that was. And it's so the hood is molded on. So if I take the cape off, he's just got, you know, a random hood. So it's not perfect either. You know, none of them are perfect because, like you said, it's about different iterations.
Yeah.
A Grindin from Hasbro and one from Stan Solo, I don't want them to look the same because I want them to be different. If I want to make different stories, different characters, I want to have that option, and I can't really do that if they look identical.
Well, they've all looked different so far, haven't they? Like the Luke Yavin, the Sand Trooper, the Rebel Fleet Trooper, Han and Stormtrooper. Like, none of them have really resembled the third party sort of creations to this date. Like, some of them, I think, look bang on. Some of them maybe look a little bit odd, but again, that's the quirkiness of those old Kenner figures and what the retro collection is going to recreate, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the
Because, you
fact
know,
that
a
we're
lot of
getting
those
Eddie in this day
characters
and
don't
age
look
is amazing. Like, we're getting a
Yeah,
CZ3. Who'd thought that was a thing?
not me, just desperately dreaming. And it's really funny. I was very close to pulling the trigger on Mark's CZ3 because it's a really wonderful design
You
on
say
Trash
Mark,
Compactor.
this trash compactor, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Trash Compactor. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I should use people's like store names. And I think I did notice someone in the comments put that they'd actually like last week bought one, and then obviously they've announced this one. But the thing is,
Right.
again, you can paint that one, you can have this one and paint that one, and then, like I said, we know there are 3 CZ units at least that we see on screen that I can think of: Sandcrawler, Streets, and Jabba's Palace in Return of the Jedi. So there's 2 in A New Hope and 1 in Jedi. So don't fret if you've already got, you know, the Trash Compactor one or any other custom creators one, because you can just do more. You know, it can be other ones, or you just go nuts and make up an entirely new droid. But yeah, so I am genuinely over the moon with this. It's a figure that I've absolutely loved for like a droid I've loved for ages, because it's kind of like, I kind of look at it like an alien skeleton droid. Like when I was a kid, that's what I saw it as, because of all the ribbing on it. Yeah, he looks haunted and weird, and I kind of want to ask CZ3, like, you know, who hurt you? Who hurt you, CZ3? Yeah, the Grindin one is an interesting one also because, like, as you mentioned about the hood, it's got like a fabric sort of bit that can go over the top, which again I don't mind. And if you don't like it, don't worry, guys, because you can just take it off. So you know, and he's still already got like a robe, like a molded robe, which I quite like, and it is a bit of a mix between the sort of like the Ben Kenobi legs type thing, you know, where there's the legs and feet molded into the
Yeah.
thing with the cloak. And also, by the way, I need to reiterate, well, it's okay if you don't like it. You're allowed to not like it, and you're allowed to like it. You can do whatever you want. Don't let anyone's opinions sway yours. They're your opinions.
Well said.
But
Right.
yeah, that's my speech. So yeah, so for retro, that was a fantastic one. Obviously, let us know in the comments if you have any predictions for the remaining 4 in the box of 6, because that is the format we're following at the moment. And also, yeah,
It's the
what do you
format we're
think they're going to be?
following. They're drip feeding them, but they're kind of drip feeding vintage collection as well. And with that, should we get into what they did drip feed this weekend?
Jules, what are the scores? Where do you want to start with the Tivita?
Well, there are 3. Should we just pull them all up at the same time?
Should we do that one?
Yeah. Okay. Mixed bag. We've got 2 repacks and an all-new character from media that was controversial or split the fan base. But 3 villains announced at the same time is pretty cool.
3 Siths.
3 Sith of sorts. Yes.
Always 3 there are. No, wait, that's not it. Kind of reminds me of do you remember when they used to do the Evolution 3 packs back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of this picture sort of reminds me of that a little bit vibe wise.
Hasbro are kind of giving us those at the moment. Like they did the Anakin 3 pack this year, didn't they? Of various sort of Hayden Christensen molds and then that Vader with it. So yeah, sort of Evolutions is still kind of around in a way.
In spirit.
In spirit, and we got the spirits. Oh yes, you picked up the spirits on Friday.
I have got your spirits, and I am holding them hostage.
Oh.
Don't know what for, but you know, I've got them still.
Well,
I did manage to get them from the
APACT, so we'll
that's true.
We'll do a trade.
We'll do a hostage negotiation stand-up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what's repack? What's new? Because you're a TVC guy. Hit me with the knowledge.
The Darth Maul is a straight repack of the Clone Wars figure that came out a year or 2 ago, which is a fantastic figure, really good lightness. Their head sculpt is probably the best Maul that we've had in that range. Possibly the hips are a little outdated, so whether they revisit those, I don't know. But yeah, he's coming on his own new Shadow Warrior, Shadow Lord card back, isn't he now, for the new show next year, which is cool because that's the first bit of merchandise that I've seen for the new show. I mean, it doesn't really give anything away. It just looks like Maul in animated form that we've seen in Clone Wars, and yeah.
Here's a question for you: why does that need to be on a vintage collection style card back? Because this is my big bugbear with the TVC. You know, I think the vintage collection is killing the ability to really have fun with Star Wars figures, because everything's now constricted and confined to having to fit on this bloody card back.
Well, you can include retro in that.
Yeah, I can, but the difference is there wasn't really ever any deluxe retro figures, and also there's not a big debate whether, like, you know, oh, should it what kind of card it can, because the whole point of that is that it is Kenner continuing on, so they are from A New Hope or whatever, you know. But this is Maul Shadow Lord, and it's not that I don't appreciate that they look cool, but this isn't even like it's The Mandalorian, which is like a live action that's a continuation of the timeline. It's like this is its own thing.
I think realistically, looking at what they did with the Skeleton Crew, and we got one figure from that line, this could well be the only figure that comes out from the Maul series. So if it's,
do you think,
rather than getting its own line of action figures, they'll probably just rope it into the vintage collection, one and done, and that's that. I don't want that to be the case, but as I say, we've seen it with Skeleton Crew, we've seen it with and I know people won't really care that it's Acolyte, but they've done very few figures of that. it just seems to be the way things go. And the Bad Batch, you know, we've only got a couple of core members, so I think there'd be too many sublines for Hasbro to go down if they weren't under the Vintage Collection banner. But I know what you mean. It is limiting in what you can fit in a bubble without going to deluxe. And when you do go to deluxe, where's the value in a lot of them. Yeah, people don't like the boxes. But then I think a massive portion of collectors do keep these carded. And I know you don't. I do it sparingly with with only a certain faction. But yeah, I think who was it? Star Action Figures posted a video recently of the quality control of the recent, is it the Retro Collection box set? And he was saying, like, you know, a lot of our collectors buy these to have carded, keeping card. So I don't have the stats. They've probably got their finger on the pulse a bit more than we do. But yeah, I'd say I'd set them all free apart from these guys. But yeah, there's people that clearly will only collect carded, and guess having one singular line for that, then yeah, never really like that much. Oh, okay.
When you say you didn't like that,
What, the outfit or the articulation, or
yeah, so do you mean like that particular version of Maul, or do you mean like that figure of Maul?
He's
like,
tiny and
big
he doesn't stand that well. I've got him up here actually.
Even though he's got like Lieutenant Dan legs though in this one.
Yeah.
Legs.
I mean, you can see I've got him in a stand, so that shows the faith I've got in this guy. But the sculpt's fantastic. But yeah, like, that is the figure you're getting. So if you don't already have this figure, you're not bothered about it being carded, then just buy one off places like Star Action, because they're still on sale. So it's a repack of a figure that's still available.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
He doesn't stand well, no.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the guy lost his legs and they're robot legs. He's probably still getting used to them. Could you stand well if you had robot legs? No. No, absolutely.
It's the rocker ankles for me. I know rocker ankles are like the next thing, but I can't. I think it's a me issue. I just can't seem to get them to work. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone.
Ooh. I've got a random question there. Ryan, I bought something great yesterday. It's Jada Toys model of Billy's Chimera from Stranger Things in 1/32 scale. Do you think Jada Toys is also making a Herbie this year? I did not know that, actually. And I spoke to Jada Toys yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday. Sorry. That's who one of the people we went to go and see, Jada Toys and Playmates. They had some great stuff there, actually. One of the things that they've also done, which it's just over there, I can't reach it, unfortunately. My guilty pleasure is Fast and the Furious franchise, because, you know, family. Sorry, I said that entirely wrong. It should be family. And as you don't know if you know this, but Jake put me randomly into a Fast and Furious film and put it as a clip online from a previous terrible horror film I was in. Anyway, but and I quite like they do like the micro cars, like the mini scenes, and they've done Dominic Toretto's house and now Toretto's garage and the bit on the train scene, and now I kind of want to put them all together.
Okay.
But yeah. And that I definitely will get, just as a Toy Story fan. That will be just as a one-off. That would be just a cool thing to have, the Pizza Planet truck.
Nice.
Although I'd want a Pizza Planet truck Transformer. Hasbro, get on it. But yeah, go back to sort of TVC with them all. So it'd be a shame if that's the one and done and it's just a repack.
We'll see who else is in the show. I expect there'll be returning characters from Clone Wars and Bad Batch, maybe, like, although they're talking about Darth Talon potentially being his apprentice.
I have heard that. Probably wearing more clothes than what most fanboys are going to be happy with.
More dressed than, yeah. But yeah, I mean, if there's any chance of them repacking, reusing existing molds, then they will, because the cost of everything is going up, and yeah, they need to get those repacks out when it seems sensible for them to do so. But yeah, that was the first. Yeah, that's the first figure of the three that got revealed. It's a repack, straight repack. It will sell. It's Maul. Bad guys sell. Main characters sell. This will also sell. Yeah, Vader. We've had Emperor's Wrath before in multiple lines. I think, haven't we? Going back to Power of the Force 2 days.
Yeah,
Power of the
do
Jedi.
you know, Power of the Jedi was the one I think that had the semi-translucent helmet, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly from my nerdatorium knowledge. But yeah, it's interesting that like one small scene can like make a figure like absolutely like one that always gets revisited, and it because you see this for like frames, the sort of semi-translucent helmet of Darth Vader.
Oh,
Like
it does
it's
look
not
good.
it looks awesome. That's the thing. It's a very iconic shot, I think. But it's interesting that that one scene, like that one version of Vader, because I mean, there's only so many. Vader doesn't change his costume through the films. It's not like Luke, where you have like Luke X-wing, Luke Dagobah, or
Well,
you know,
apart from all the subtle changes in his costume, but I get what you mean. Yeah, it's the same. It's
yeah,
pretty much the same.
he doesn't come out and suddenly he's got like a glow in the dark cape or something, and you're like, whoa, Darth, what's all that about? Or he suddenly added tusks or horns to his helmet, like in the next film or something. Which, don't get me wrong, could be quite cool. Don't do it, Hasbro. I was joking. But yeah, so so this is a repack, not or a retooling.
Well, yeah.
or...
So no, it's a repack, but it's the first time It's the first time this version of this Vader has been put on a single card. So the 3-pack of Anakin earlier this year had him from the Clone Wars, him from technically Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds, and then this version of Vader. So he's come out already this year, but yeah,
Cool card back though, I have to say.
it is quite cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's different. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get a Luke to go with it, because we've had various Jedi Knight Lukes, but with a flap down and maybe a bit of Force lightning around him as well.
Or maybe get an Emperor where it can connect
Yeah.
to the stump, and then it's like...
Well, we've got a pretty good Emperor now, haven't we? So it's a few years old, but it's pretty good. Yeah, hopefully they'll connect pretty well. Yeah.
It's good. Very good. And the third and final MCM Revelio is brand new, and also it's brand new. And if I remember correctly, this character has done quite well in the last figure standing of recent times.
He made the top 12, didn't he? He's not made it to the second round, but then he would have been disqualified anyway, I guess, now. But yeah, so he's I think he made the top 12. Am I right? I mean, he made my top 10, but that's not saying anything. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he does quite well in the polls. I know that show is what it is, and a lot of fans aren't particularly bothered. But I liked it. There's bits I didn't like about it, but they could easily do a second series, course correct a lot of what went wrong, and go from there. But that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah.
They've put some Jedis out in this line. They need a bad guy to fight. Otherwise, what's the point in putting anyone else out in this line? So yes, very happy with it. We kind of get 2 figures for the price of 1 in a way, because the removable cape, the head swap feature, you can pretty much have him in 2 completely different outfits. So there is a potential for multiple buys if you are.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be one that people pick up 2 of for that reason. Is it a helmet that's removable, or is it a head swap? Like, is it like the...
I don't know, actually. If anyone knows in the comments, then please feel free. But I would have just imagined it was a head swap, because that's kind of how they do things now. Although it's
better for scaling.
Well, it is better for scaling. It's a massive helmet though, so maybe it will fit. Who knows?
I really like that they've managed to do the lightsaber that can come apart, because that was obviously one of the coolest things about his saber, is that it has like the mini bit at the bottom that can come out and cause absolute chaos.
Yeah.
So I was really glad to see that they have done that, and also given you a unignited, is that the word? Unignited lightsaber.
We'll go with that. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. because because for a while, do you remember in the Attack of the Clones line, if I remember correctly, when they first started doing that, they were the first ones to do the sabers with the removable blade, or no, Revenge of the Sith. No, it was Attack of the Clones. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because they also had the
They had
magnetic hilts as well, didn't they?
yes.
The sort of,
But
yeah.
you because I have got a little metal Kit Fisto lightsaber hilt somewhere from my original one, I think. But yeah, the fact that it had the removable blade, which was cool, but they were very fiddly and potentially prone to a bit of snappage. So I
Yeah.
think I would rather do what they've done here and actually just have an unignited and ignited one to flip between.
As a retro fan, are you kind of gutted that this isn't going to probably get a retro collection release, or are you done with retro for things like Acolyte and the prequels and anything that isn't really original trilogy adjacent?
No, really. Like, I mean, I'm always happy with anything, but then I suppose the big difference is that like I said, I make my own story. I really do genuinely like play with my toys. So I'll create my own stories and things. It won't be like always. We'll make scenes from the film, but I also make just whatever the hell I fancy on the day. I'll make it up. So I'm more gutted that we didn't get the one to go with the retro collection. He should have been in that 6-pack.
Yeah.
But our good friend Trash Compactor has done a retro version of him, so I think I will pick him
Oh,
up to
has
go.
he? Oh, that's cool. Because
Yeah, I will pick him up to do it.
he was at the Essex Toy Fair that I was at today, so I actually got to meet him in the flesh. It was the first toy fair he actually brought his stuff to, which is kind of cool. But no, I didn't see, he didn't have that on display. He had Ula from his lot, and then he had a few Stan Solo and general accessories and stuff. It looks amazing. What he does is incredible. Yeah.
The dude has got some serious talent.
Good to know that he's done the Stranger.
I'll send you a link. I'll link you up. Don't worry. Also, do you not find it really funny? We do we're doing this like live stream, and we're only like a couple of miles apart.
Yeah, no, I like it because I get to see your collection this way.
Yeah, get to nose through. Just sit there.
Yeah. Speaking of, is there anything new in your collection?
New? Oh,
yeah.
Is there anything new other than the
I mean, I know
lighting?
there's something new because we went to Echo Live earlier this month, and you definitely didn't come home empty-handed.
What did I get?
Well, what did you get? I'll show off first. This is one of my original trilogy lists.
Yes, and we met a Nikto in the lift on the way back up.
We did meet a Nikto. It wasn't this guy, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is possibly the most expensive figure I've bought. But yes, finally found one at a decent price, and had to have him.
I'm surprised he's not been glue dotted into place yet.
No, he's not. I mean, I've glued his glued. Like I've fixed his helmet to his head because that was pretty loose fit. But yeah, so I'm now one away from completing the sail barge figures. Just need a sail barge for them to go on.
I think we're banned from messaging Steve about the sail barge. It is really bad.
Get others to do it.
So yeah, until we get one. This is really bad. So I know I got managed to complete a lot of my Return of the Jedi original comic run.
You did. Yes,
I got that at Echo Live. I got Burke. It's so bad. I know it's awful. To be clear with everyone, I am absolutely shattered. I've had barely any sleep for the last 3 days, and I was up at like 6 in the morning to go to Comicon on Friday because we were going on exhibitor passes, so we were before the masses went in. So I have just not slept for like 3 days properly. Right. And I really can't remember what I bought. Dave, please remind me.
I can't remember. You normally pick up army builders, like cheap.
I got a couple of snow troopers.
Yeah.
I don't think I really bought anything big this year. Actually, I think
did you get anything from me and Ian Butler? Did you get any 3D printed stuff?
Oh, I did get. Yeah, that's. Oh, and they're right here.
They're right here.
I got some creatures, some odds and ends. So I got like the wart frog.
Like the tiny little creatures for like were they £1 each or something, or like
insanely cheap. What else did I get from Echo Live. I got a really cool from Blue Ice Customs, which is Russell King on Facebook. A little mini. Oh, here he is. A translucent blue Max Rebo.
Yeah. Because why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, because I've got a whole little shelf, haven't I, of see-throughs, weird little hollows and bits and bobs and things and tricks. But yeah, I didn't pick up a load, I don't think, this time. I think it was mainly like comics and
Yeah.
yeah, I feel so bad that I can't remember what I actually picked up. It's terrible. Yeah.
I've got one to hand. I picked up a Kenner Slave 1, which, to be fair, you pointed out this was
I've just been enabling.
and do I show this? I don't know. There was a big box of a few big boxes from Amazon that came this week because
Yes,
Amazon did some ridiculous sales on vintage collection items. So there's quite they were like 12 they're like 12 quid each.
This is Mary Poppins of the Dead and Ryan's Beastie.
Yeah.
How many was that?
So moving on, no, they were like I've had a bit of a hard time with Hasbro this year with their prices going up because they have been insane and they're going up again. But yeah, when you see them come down in price, that was the moment for me. I'll buy it. So yes, I'm caught up on a lot of vintage collection. Very happy with that.
Yeah, I like
that. And I'm not keeping them carded because I've just thrown them on the floor. Like I'm not. Yes.
What you got in your hands, Dave?
So I'm just fiddling. I went seeing Mark at Trash Compactor again today. Like, and yeah, he's got these like the little layer hologram figures, like based on the the 3 3/4 inch, but just shrunk down. I did buy this sort of ice sled from him, which is kind of like you assemble it yourself. There's decals to put on as well. But yeah, from like behind the scene, it wasn't even a deleted scene, was it? It was like
it was a promo shot.
Yeah. But
and it was never used in the end. But it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I've got one of those being put aside for me. I did message Mark afterwards like, "Oh mate, I forgot to mention. Can I buy one of those?"
Oh, and Mark was such a lovely guy. Yeah, Trash Compactor. There was who was asking Des. No, yeah, he wasn't at Echo, but I hopefully his arm might have been twisted today to do the next one. I don't know if.
I think it might have been a good proof that it can do well. We can but hope. I have already messaged him about like he should do it. But,
and anyone that went to Echo will know just how popular the 3D printed stuff was, like Ian Butler, and then the Star Wars Playworld, the big set, the Tatooine set. I think anyone that's on in the Star Wars Facebook groups probably will have seen that. They just look incredible. Yeah, so yeah, the fans sort of doing. Fans are doing the best work, but they, when it comes to those accessories and those add-on features to make that whole sort of the world-building line what it is, then yeah, really, really impressive. So hopefully there's more to come.
100%.
Yeah.
And Delvin's asked, are the prices going up in the UK as well? Then it is. Suppose, it is. Yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of getting up to that level.
Which is difficult because again, what I've just thrown on the floor all around me, like those are figures. They're not all struggling to sell because some of them only just come out. But like, you can go on Star Action, In Demand, whole shebang, any number of online retailers, and you'll find vintage collection figures going back 2-3 years. I'm not saying they're struggling to sell. I'm not saying sales are bad, but like if they're not selling out at those prices and then the prices are going up, like I just worry that the whole thing might scale back a bit.
To say, do you think it will have, like, the price increases will have a massive impact on the collecting community as a whole? Obviously, I know that I have a limited budget. Thankfully, obviously being made predominantly retro collection and a few oddities here and there.
Yeah.
Mine is very much fixing it, and I know that the next box probably won't be 60 quid. It will probably, I reckon it'll be like 75.
I hope not. Daniel Charles just said, "Don't think prices are going up over here." I hope you're right. And I absolutely don't want to be scaremongering if they're not going up over here, but obviously they are going up in America, which is worrying.
I'm pretty sure when I spoke to Hasbro at Comicon, it was mentioned that there will be price increases due to tariffs, etc. So hope maybe he got it a bit confused, but that was either Chris or Dwight. I cannot remember which one of them said it. But because we mentioned about like sort of bad feeling about things at the moment out there in the community, and that was one of the things that came up was the price rises. So I feel like he wouldn't have said that if it wasn't happening in the UK. And
the price is so important, though, isn't it? And I know they can only dictate price to a certain degree, but looking at the E-Wing and how poorly that's sold, I appreciate a lot of these are Hasbro Pulse exclusives as well, which is its own bugbear for people, me included. But that thing struggled to sell. It's over 100 quid, wasn't it? And then all of a sudden drops to under 50 quid, well under half price, and suddenly everyone wants one. It's like, again, me included, like I'm happy to buy this stuff at a certain level. Like the stuff from Amazon this weekend, like that was a price I felt comfortable with for those figures. Otherwise I'd probably be dragging my heels into next year and beyond, like before I pick up an extra 501st or just whoever, Dead Ramiro, who's got man legs. And I'm not gonna pay those premium prices when the product is not quite matching it. Certainly on something.
The product has to be, if it's a premium price, it has to be a premium product.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree, and I think it's interesting because even I got one of those E-Wings at that price because I felt like that for a vehicle without electronics in it. That's the other thing; it doesn't have electronics. So I think for a vehicle without electronics, I was like, that works for me.
Yeah,
like price wise, and it fits retro and vintage figures. By the way, if you look at my Instagram, I did put a couple of pictures up of a vintage Luke X-Wing pilot and a vintage R2 astromech droid sitting very nicely in the vintage collection E-Wing, and thankfully, because it hasn't been weathered, it fits in. So all is well.
I do find it crazy that the E-Wing came down in price so much, and yet the pilot has only just. I mean, this has just arrived today for me. Like, I know some people might have had it early, but like, she's literally just hitting customers now. Like, so like
long empty pilot seats. But then I think it's thinking like it's a shame it didn't come with the droid and a pilot rather than probably would have made it a bit more palatable cost as well if it had a pilot and a droid in it. Although you would have been upset because they would have both been carded in the box.
Yeah, no, I'm going to break my rule with this one. I'm going to open. I'm going to open the astromech for this one.
Well, it's do you know why? I know you're quite comfortable breaking that rule.
Go on.
Because you think there's a good chance I might be selling my one that's still carded to you.
No. I'm done. I'm done with it. You get your money back.
I won't. I actually might open it. It's quite a cool figure.
It's a cool little figure. I love the Kenner nod.
Until I have a place for it, I'm going to keep it carded because then I've got all that time to change my mind. Okay, so I can't maybe show anything that I have added to my collection bought wise recently because I'm awful at trying to remember things. Because I have got some new Next 17 figures, but they are in the other room, which I can't go and get to. But I will be doing a video on them soon. But I did make something for my collection recently, which I did share with you. So I took the Leonard Corpse power loader. So this is from the Alien line that they did, like the cheapy Alien line. And I turned it into the Stormtrooper mech suit. So this is my own mini rig. So as you can see, it comfortably fits your Stormtrooper inside. And I have used scans of the original vehicle stickers from Welcome to Toy Poloi. Again, I can just do the voice. I'm not the voice. Someone has asked me that before. But I use some of, he's got some of the free stickers and that. So I made some stickers to go in it, and I have kept it as Kenner as I think I can make it. So I have made something for my collection.
You
I'm
could
happy
quite
that
easily
came out.
see that that could have easily been a mini rig, couldn't it, in the mid 80s? Like if they'd carried on the line. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it sort of works. I saw this one day, I was on holiday, and I was just like, actually, that could work. And yeah, it does. So that's what I'm going to turn this one into one as well. I'm going to have a pair of them, by the way. So if you're wondering why I've still
What,
got one.
same color or something different?
I don't know. I don't know whether to do the same to make it look like it was just a thing that was made back then, or whether to, I don't know.
Do red, do a Sith Trooper just for Daniel Chart. You know
Yeah.
how much he likes the sequel trilogy.
Well, this is it.
Oh,
This
they
is
haven't done
true.
retro for sequel though, have they?
No. None of it,
Yeah, let's not give
actually.
him any ideas.
No. To be fair, Steve is very much, I think it's between Steve and Chris that are back at the helm of the retro collection. So I think they've said their focus is very much on stuff we haven't had before, with a few sprinklings of reissues. Because it's interesting, because I saw on, like, I'm in quite a few of the retro groups, which are fantastic groups to be part of. It's a really active community, like UK retro collectors and retro collection, Star Wars, and that. And it's interesting. Some people are only interested in getting reissues of the 96. So there's one guy that keeps putting Hammerhead or We Riot on everything. But like, I'm always a bit torn with this. So I've got the Walrus Man, for example. But it's nice to have one, like you said, like super nice and mint and fresh and looking.
Yeah.
But he's not that hard to get. The Snaggletooth, for example, would be one I totally get. The Yak Face, for example, I thought was very good that they put that in that 6-pack. But the Gamorrean Guard Admiral Akbar, I was like, they're like 2-3 quid figures.
Well, I didn't buy that wave. I didn't buy any of the single Return of the Jedi figures when they came out, and I've only just bought the reissue of the 6-pack.
No.
Yeah,
Because the Mon Mothma from that figure pack is great.
I want to see new figures if they're continuing with retro, but I definitely would like to see them complete the 96 if they're going down that route. Not that I've got any space to display them now. I say I want them to complete the 96 in the vintage collection. But
TVC,
yeah.
I think, but yeah, and like I said, I have got no qualms with them doing some of the rarer figures, I think. But if I was, if I'm going to have a ratio, I prefer it to be like this recent box set where we had 5 new figures and 1 reissue, effectively, like 1 recreation, because there's a lot of characters that out there that I want. And there are still a lot of those vintage ones are still very readily available. When we go to Echo Live, I mean, there aren't really any like vintage figures that I don't see available, and a lot of them are actually for quite a reasonable price. I think eBay sometimes make them look like they're worth more than they are. Then you go to an actual toy convention, and then you're rummaging buckets, and you're going, oh, actually, or you're looking in cabinets, and it's like, something like I think I saw a really nice Walrus Man and Hammerhead for about like 15 quid each.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
think we were a bit spoiled with Echo Live, to be fair, because there's nothing quite like it when it comes to what you can find in under one sort of roof. There are real bargains to be had there, but I think if you're not
my
able to
land
get
of the
to those,
Jawas.
yeah, and I mean there are bargains on Facebook as well, but there's also when it comes to the retro or the original Kenner figures, I think it's easier to get stung if you want to avoid repro. I know you're not bothered about that, and I'm to a degree I'm not, but yeah, there's something about being able to have something in hand before you make a purchase, or yeah, you just trust someone on eBay saying this is genuine parts and whatnot. And yeah, I think yeah, they are like Dan Taween says, sorry, £2 figures, but they've got the accessories and cards with them, and yeah, they're the hardest things, aren't they? Like I know we've got a fairly healthy Kenner collection between us. But yeah, some of them are harder to
True.
get.
Yeah, I suppose if you want authentic weapons, it's harder. I mean, if like I said, I guess that I'm basing all my opinions on how I collect, and what my collection is.
Yeah,
For
of
other
course.
people, it's going to be different. That's why I say, like, I'm happy to compromise with the ratio we got at the moment. As long as we get new figures as well, because where is my mother flipping Y-wing pilot still? That is my number one. It was the number one on my list. It will always be number one on my list, because
You don't see them
until I get
in.
one,
You see Y-wings, but you don't see that Y-wing pilot suit that you want in A New Hope.
it
do you?
won't be
It's
until they
Jedi.
start doing Return of the Jedi packs,
Yeah.
because it's just X-wing pilot suits in A New Hope. But I want that Y-wing pilot
Might be
from
waiting a while.
Return of the Jedi in retro form. It just baffles me that I've got like a Snowspeeder pilot before, which is, I know it's Luke Snowspeeder pilot, but like it's a generic Snowspeeder pilot. Like everyone uses Luke
Oh,
X-wing, it's just X-wing pilot. Everyone just uses that one. It's just a generic Snowspeeder pilot. I
yeah.
just want it, and it doesn't have to be like a particular character. It just has to be Y-wing pilot.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be like Ensign Ricky or whatever. You know, it just has to be the guy who flies a Y-wing. Done, sorted. But I know we won't get that till Return of the Jedi, so I need the retro collection to be successful enough to carry on, because it's obviously in A New Hope phase at the moment. Then we're obviously going to have Empire, because I'm assuming they're going to do it in order. So I reckon it's going to be 2 boxes for A New Hope, then it'll be 2 boxes for Empire, and then I think it'll be 2 boxes for Jedi.
Wow.
Maybe
So
even
that's like 3 years away. Then.
Yeah, potential. Well, it depends, because
If the line's still going.
Well, I think it will, because there's been such, despite the mixed opinions of some of the specific figures in the boxes, the Yavin one, like Luke, for example, which, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the head sculpt, but I'm not a big fan of some of the head sculpts of the original Kenner ones either, so I'll get over it. It's just nice to have, and I got extra ones anyway, so I've even got enough to give Chewie a medal from the get-go, because my Wookiee deserves a medal. But like the Han Stormtrooper, I like the fact they get the Han bent arm. So I don't know. I just think it's sold well, because I've seen so many images of it. I know that it's going on sale in places for cheaper, but also because it has got sand troopers in it, and the Han Stormtrooper can be just another Stormtrooper, and it had the Rebel Fleet Trooper. You had 3 troop builders in there. That thing sold for duplicates for that.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm annoyed that they put Walrus Man in it. Like I would have bought multiples, but I don't need multiples of Walrus Man.
I do have Walrus Men plural. You're right.
Yeah, I'm all right for my one 1978 version. So yeah,
the Doctor Evazan was really good. I mean, because I really like my Next 17 one, but I really like the Hasbro one as well. It's just nice to fill out the container. The Han, I've got the Han right now, so I really like the way that he looks, and I have got it's not out at the moment, but I have got the Stan Solo one, which again, it looks different, so they haven't just done a carbon copy. And then if I show you, so this is me throwing down my microphone. This is the Pro Customs Sand Trooper here, and this is the Hasbro Retro one here.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
So there is quite a big difference. They look great. Arm as well, and he's also got the ammo pouch on the shoulder.
The ammo pouch is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, the Pro Customs ones also came in white and black pauldrons, so that's a big difference. And then it's nice I have actually got something to hand for a change, because normally, you know me, everything's hidden behind stuff. This is the one I find most interesting comparison wise. So this is the Hasbro Rebel Fleet Trooper. This is the Stan Solo one.
Yeah.
I like both of them. Go on.
Is Stan Solo using like parts of the Endor hand mold though, or am I
No.
imagining this wrong? No. Okay, so it's an all
I
new
think you
mold
just
either way.
yeah.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is, like, this one looks to me like it was released in, just after the first 12,
Mm.
whereas Stan Solo's one looks like it was released
Yes, I see what
at
you mean.
the end of the run. So they both look good, and to me, they both look right, but they look right for different reasons. If that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Yes.
So then neither's wrong. And the other thing is, the minute I've got like, as I have a little hallway, a little Yavin Tantive 4 hallway, some of them are laying down, some are standing up. It fills it out. It looks good. So I can't
Well,
complain.
going to Daniel Sharp's comment that we need a Mon Mothma in TVC ASAP, I fully agree, because this is the Mon Mothma that is currently represented in modern, and that
Is
goes all
that
the way
still the
back to.
latest Mon Mothma?
That is still the latest Mon Mothma. Well, if you exclude the Revenge of the Sith version, but for the original trilogy, which I'm guessing is what Dan's alluding to, that's it. That's the version.
Do you know what? I think this would actually stand in just as well.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think the retro collection is probably closer to modern than this.
I tell you what, I
So,
actually want the stick from the Power of the Force 2 one to give her, 'cause she didn't come with a stick, which
did you not come
ironically,
with
because
an accessory?
she came with a layer blaster, if I remember
Oh, I
correctly.
see.
And for once, I actually would have rather have had a stick. Weird, isn't it? The one figure that I think should have had a stick in it. No sticks for you. But I
Yeah.
can't believe. So they've never done a soft goods, for example,
No.
grown up Mon Mothma. I'm saying grown up as if like the one in Revenge of the
Grown
Sith
up.
is a child. But you know what I mean? Like she's younger.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Well, considering
OTC.
how much of
Yeah,
a role she has in Andor, she's in Rogue One.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, and it was really good to meet you, Des. Like, yeah, there's just so much you can. There's so much you can find at Echo, isn't there? Like, say it's just a cave of wonders for Star Wars collectors.
Although we have to do rounds and then come out for a coffee. But yeah, but you
Yeah,
are
it's
right about like
exhausting.
Mon
Yeah.
Mothma. Yeah, it is exhausting. But like Mon Mothma, right? So especially with Andor, I kind of do feel like one could be on the cards, but the problem is you're only going to get one. Realistically, one Mon Mothma in the next like few years. So if you could only have one, would you want it to be Andor or?
I think
Because there is a bit of a
the
difference. Like she does look a lot older she's got some city miles on her, bless her, by the time she gets Return of the Jedi, because it's been quite a few years between the Battle of Yavin and and a
I'd
lot of
put her on
battles.
a Return of the Jedi card back with the original actress's head sculpt. If they were feeling generous, they could potentially throw in Genevieve O'Reilly's head sculpt as well for a swappable one for like Rogue One, because it's essentially the same outfit. Again, not gonna nitpick the details on that, but like she's kind of wearing the same clothes, isn't she? Like from Rogue One to Jedi. No, like the Andor. I mean, she could be wearing anything in Andor, couldn't she? She's got many different costumes there. I don't think we'll get anything from that, but I don't see why a Return of the Jedi Mon Mothma couldn't come down the way. But then we
It's
haven't got General
interesting.
Madine, have we either? So
Nobody loves Madine. It's all right. The retro collection will reissue him before you'll get a TVC one.
he could only ever exist in a 6-pack. No one is buying Madine on a retro collection. No one is going to be spending £12 on a. No, well they might. I don't know.
No, do you know what they should do? They should just do a Oh, sorry. They should just do the officer body and just have like 4 different heads with it. One of them is Madine. One of them is Tim Meadows from Mandalorian, and he's in it as the officer. One should be Ishi Tib or something, and just go nuts.
They could put Madine on a single card and then do like a 4-pack of the officers, like you see those white box. Yeah, 2-pack would be great. Any multi-pack where you could get a background character, like she's not even a background character, but you know what I mean. Like again,
Do you know
got
what?
this to hand.
She's got enough iterations. She could do the evolution one.
Yeah, she could. She absolutely could. Hasbro
I love
aren't going
that
to throw that
3-pack.
much. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Again, that's something else I still need to open up. Might just do an epic unboxing. Might wait till Christmas
Where's
though.
my? Oh, there he is.
Oh, you made your is it Joris Sabaoth?
Sabaroff. Yeah, I made a
Sabaroth.
vintage one. I was really happy with how that turned out. Sorry, I saw the opportunity and
Yeah,
I
why
took it.
not take it?
So obviously, here's a bit of a curveball then. So, oh, one sec, what have we got here? What 5 newly tool OT collection figures would you both like Hasbro to make next? Either updates to existing characters or all new characters. Oh, that is a good question.
Right. Well, I've got my list to hand. If you've got anyone in mind, then say it. But I'm pretty sure. So I've got Simalu on my list, like the Imperial Dignitary, because I think is an original '96 character. He's never been done in modern, so Simalu definitely is on my list. Oh god, everyone else on my last figure standing list was not original trilogy. That's terrible.
You've changed, man.
Yeah, I know that's bad. Yeah, EV99 is on my list. General Madine, an Ugnaught. I just want an Ugnaught on a TVC card back, and then if you can get a 5-pack out of them or 4-pack out of them on those white box, even better. Again, it's criminal that they did the carbon freezing chamber and didn't give us an Ugnaught. The Legacy Collection versions are fine, but I expect updated tooling. And Leia, Ewok Celebration or Endor, her
Right.
Ewok made outfit. That would be
Tree
my
Village.
Tree Village.
I believe you put it in the listing as when it was my vintage retro choice.
They would be my original trilogy vintage figures, whether that was 5 or 6. But yeah, they're the ones I'd want.
My 5 actually would be they would all be EU. No, they would be, you know, because like I feel like a lot of the mains are done, but it's something to appeal to me that even I would buy new. Would be Shadows of the Empire, the whole Dark Forces saga. So, you know, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and then Jedi Academy, like that whole story arc, Kyle Katarn era. I think those games added a lot to the mythos. I mean, especially Shadows of the Empire was a huge one. And like Lebo, like the right hand man, like the Chewie to, you know, like Chewie to Han, you've got Lebo to Dash. We've never had, even in the 90s figure run, they didn't do Lebo, which was deeply upsetting to me. We didn't get Guri. You know, we've had a Shizor, but that was from a comic pack a while back. So we still, even between the eras, don't really have a full thing. Even if you, unless you were using like the 90s figures with like your vintage collection, which let's be honest, I would. But
there's a smattering of legacy versions, isn't there, of like Zizor? But yeah, it's not like a full wave. You are seeing them creep into the Black Series, and I know we don't talk about Black Series, but if they exist in Black Series, there's probably a better chance that they'll get a 3 3/4 inch release because there's, you know, they've got the tooling or they've got the sculpting sort of, I don't
they just
quite know how it
downsize
works, but you
thing?
can, to a degree, you can do that, can't you? So yeah,
Got to be room for it.
yeah. I mean, the gaming figures always, I think they sell quite well. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. More Cantina patrons as well. You know, I back any aliens that don't already exist, and even some that do. Like if they want to update like Laxiv Rack from the Power of the Force, like any of that, I'd be all over. I'm just, yeah, the ones I reeled off were from my March Madness list from March, I guess. Yeah, but
I'm really curious to see, because so on the topic of more patrons in TVC, Ariel Schultz obviously was the HasLab figure that didn't make the cut. He keeps topping a lot of lists. He keeps getting up there, and he's on again on the current last figure standing. I think he's still in the running.
Did he make the top 6?
I feel like he did make the top 6.
Either way, yeah, he's obviously made the list again, hasn't he? And like, I mean, I didn't vote for him because I still feel that Hasbro have got the mold, so we shouldn't need to ask for that. Like they have it, they just need to release it.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
final 6 are Lutheran Rail, Ariel Schulz, Saul Guerrera, Baze Malbus, C3PO, and Clea Markey.
Oh yeah, Clea. Yeah, Clea seems to be getting votes. So again, I don't disagree, and she was a great character in Andor. But who are you gonna
Well, they
put
want
her
to
with?
do
Who are
like
you gonna pose her
loads of
with?
people have been pitching the idea of them doing like her and
The little
Mothma.
the wheelchair, or oh no, hang on.
No, her and the Mothma character, Mothma's cousin, Bix.
Oh
No,
yeah,
not Bix. Viz. No. Oh my
Val,
god, Val,
Val,
Val, Val. I
Vel,
think that's
Val.
like, isn't it like someone's come up with the idea of them two being like effectively like uh hunters, a bit like what happened after World War II, and you had people
Oh
going around
right.
hunting the leftovers. The people want like they thought like that would make a good show,
Oh, a good
hunting
show.
Imperial
Oh yeah,
officers
definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
trying to hide after the fall of the Empire, and I actually fully agree that would make a really
I'd
interesting
watch
show.
that. Yeah, you could. You could still do a sequel to Andor / Rogue One that's set between A New Hope and Empire, that's still focusing on the rebel struggle. Yeah. Did Hasbro ever say they discovered the molds? I don't think that they'd even touch them now, only because of the uh, whether the price rises are coming
Degradation.
here or not. Well, not degradation. I just think, and I love the Legacy Collection, and I there's two patrons that I really do want to see a re-release, and that's Lisa Serlin and Hachette Kelfas, just because I don't have them and I want them in my collection, and I don't want to pay upwards of or over 100 quid
Oh,
for them.
that's
Um,
Pinkhead and Mini Bosk.
yes, essentially, yeah. I think because they have used some of those Legacy Collection molds, haven't they? Because they did HK
Yeah,
47 in a recent 2-pack
with Revan.
with Revan, and that's a Legacy Collection mold. I know it's a Builder Droid mold, but it's still from that era, so I'm sure some of them must still be available. I just don't think they'll ever go back there now. I think too much time has now passed. Oh, mate,
Yeah,
I'll be bidding against you on eBay, Dan Tween. um,
basically, yeah, all you're doing is advertising to your rivals. You know that now,
yeah,
actually. Like,
yeah.
this is the bit where like the Dave of the Dead becomes like enemy number one. What's Dave bidding on? Sees that who's the highest bidder? Blank of the Dead on eBay. I wonder who that is. That's one good thing is we rarely are bidding or looking for the same thing at the same time, you and I. So
I barely look on eBay anymore because it's just dangerous. Yeah. start start looking at job lots and then it gets a bit crazy. But yeah, Rancor.
yeah,
Yes, it
but
does. Yeah. So yeah, and again, that's one that didn't get a re-release. Yeah, so it's an original '96 character. So you would expect Hasbro to visit him at some point for the vintage collection, but his legacy version is absolutely passable. And with the sort of photo real tech that they did on Wooher, you could easily bring out his sculpt on the chest hair or whatever floats your boat with that. But yeah, like he would be a decent character, and Jiran as well from that line. Again, another one that I
what
do not
was
have.
Duran is other Rancor keeper, wasn't he? That was on my
Yeah, the
retro
Rancor
list.
Keeper's mate.
Yeah,
Yeah. The one that consoles. Yeah.
the one
Yeah,
I
I'd have him in retro, and I definitely want to pick up the legacy version, and I wouldn't be against them doing that in the vintage collection. But I don't think they're ever going to revisit figures that have got swivel hips or the limited sort of ankle articulation. I don't think it would be right for them to charge a premium price, because they are a premium price now, whether we've got next year's price hike or not. They're premium figures now, and the articulation probably
Well, that's
should
the thing.
match.
Would you be okay with them charging £20
No,
for that, even if they updated the paint apps? Like,
no, because the paint apps from the legacy collection were fantastic as well.
hmm.
The paint apps have been great for a long time. It's just the photo real stuff has gone up a notch more recently, I would have thought. Yeah, if they want to put them in a 4-pack with like a couple of like brand new patrons, like they've done with like Jabba's Palace Goons in recent times, when they brought out Squid Head, they repacked Reese. I'm not a fan of that because Reese has had several repacks of that same mold.
They should do him in the black tunic, and then he can be the Reese from Dark Forces 2 at level 1. But you know,
Bloody hell.
just giving them a deep cut. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help.
There's deep cuts, and then there's that. That was.
I know what I'm about, son. Well,
Yeah.
I'm still angry that they wasted the Greedo in the HasLab. I know I go on about it a lot because it still bothers me to say that you've just had Greedo. How many Greedos do you need? They should have had an option to swap the head for a deep fried Greedo.
Yeah.
CFG, Kentucky, Cantina fried Greedo should have been the variation of Greedo that was included in the HasLab. And then you could prove that Han shot first in figure form.
I watched a compilation of all the different the shootouts yesterday, where like every time another version of the trilogy was released, I didn't realize just how many versions there were. It's like 7, and they get progressively worse. My
favorite
current
one is the
version
little weird.
Yeah. I just don't understand McClunky. What were they thinking?
I thought you were lying to me when you told me that. I went
it has
home.
to be seen to be believed, because you just.
Well, I went home, got Disney Plus up, because obviously I've been watching the Blu-rays that I've got, and I was like, and that's the thing, I've got the Blu-ray, so I'm thinking like I'm pretty damn up to date, and you were like, what? And I was like, what is with this whole McClunky thing? And you were like, well, because it's from the Disney Plus, and they've added that, and I was like, no, they haven't, and you were like, mate, go home and watch. So I got home, fast forwarded, which I never do through Star Wars, fast forwarded through it to that, and I was like, son of a McClunky, what the frick is that? But like, what an ad! Like, I've not really seen much of an explanation about it online. But like,
who can explain it? Daniel Chart, you bring up a good point. Would all characters need that articulation? Someone like Simu, probably not. But I just don't see Hasbro going back to a world where you get swivel hips. Maybe I'm wrong.
An interesting one, talking about articulation on a figure like that. That's obviously one where there's lots of skin tones, thin ankles and things. But what about when it's bigger and like not in clothing? So something like a Manaman, for example. We've seen there's going to be an Amanin species in the Mandalorian and Grogu. So in regards to visible articulation, because the Power of the Jedi one just had the arms and it still had like almost Ewok, legs like that. But are you going to want like some kind of like all the way down the body rotations, and would you be okay with that? Because that would cause a lot of lines in the figure.
Oh yeah, like the more articulation you put in something, the more breaks there are in the mold, and it can look pretty clunky at some. For some,
that would have to be like a joint there, a joint there, a joint there. And then if you wanted him to be able to roll, you'd probably have to have like a joint here, 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 and like
okay. Yeah, this is an exceptional one, isn't it? It's not a conventional.
He is exceptional. You're right.
He is and perfection as well. You can't really beat the original mold.
Although I do like the Power of the Jedi one. I have got that one somewhere. I didn't get the comic pack one though. I really liked that, but I've still not found one for a decent price. I want one of those.
Yeah, I wasn't collecting.
Because of that trailer, I'll never get one now because everyone's going to be after
He
that.
might end up being the Constable Zuvio of that movie. We don't know.
Better bloody not be. I've waited a long time for a Man to do something.
Yeah.
I met a Man, didn't I? I met the actress who was inside, like the puppeteer who was in a Man. Had a lovely conversation with her at Echo Live.
Yeah.
Again, back to Echo Live. That's an interesting thing as well. Like, would the retro collection do a Man because he's a big figure?
Yeah, they did Gamorrean Guard. He's not that big. He can still fit on a card back, and they're going in 6-packs, aren't they? The retro collection. So yeah. And as far as the vintage collection goes, like they can do bigger bubbles on standard cards and still call them deluxe. So yeah. I think he'll fit either way. I don't think he's that tall though, is he? The actual character in Return of the Jedi, like that's a big figure in the original line, but his character in when they did the Power of the Jedi, he was slightly smaller, wasn't he? Like he doesn't tower above people, does he?
That looks like the thing the stormtroopers need to fight a man-to-man. Just saying, because if in the comics these guys absolutely destroy the Empire, so this is my pitch to Hasbro. Talk to me.
They were going to appear in the Clone Wars, weren't they? The lost episodes or whatever season 6 would have been at the time, and there was animatics. Thank you for that whole species. Yeah,
it would have been nice.
So it's good that they're getting there. It's good that they'll get their time in the spotlight.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if the female version is called a woman. It might be a woman. A woman. I'm gonna go numb. So I'm trying to say that over again. Do you watch it? I haven't seen. So just talking like about like those last 17 because and the retro thing. I still want one of these earless yak faces that apparently there are loads of, but there was a misprint.
I don't know what you're talking about. Earless
yak
faces.
Yeah, so there was some factory run errors of the yak face from the Return of the Jedi 6-pack, and it had no ears.
in retro, not the original.
Yeah, so retro, not the vintage. No, or 85. No, in the retro. Right. And I would really like one just because it's an oddity, and you know me. But I just haven't seen them. But I see people going like, "Oh yeah, they even got that wrong. They're everywhere." And I'm like, "Well, I ain't seen one anywhere." And I've like seen quite a few packs.
Have you got another set on order?
I have got a set on pre-order.
If mine arrives with no ears, you can have it.
I'll swap it for the one I've got, which will inevitably have ears.
Thanks. Yours is open though, isn't it?
No. Oh, because I've ordered a second set.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll see what condition the cardbacks arrive in. Did you see Star Action's video where he was opening up a case of retro the other
No.
day?
I saw
wow.
I saw
they're
a
not
post
good.
about it, but I haven't watched it. But
no, it's worth watching because the cardbacks are trash. Like they're folded inside the box. They look terrible.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All mine. I'll be honest. Like this is quite embarrassing to say. I've had 4 of the packs of the latest A New Hope retro collection.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
And they've all been fine. They've been pristine.
I think it's because who's in that wave? It's Gamorrean Guard in that 6-pack.
Oh, the Return of the Jedi one. Sorry,
Return of the Jedi one. Yeah, the Return of the Jedi.
Sorry,
one is coming out.
Right. I thought you were just talking about in general.
All crushed, and I think part of it is because that Gamorrean Guard bubble is just that bit wider or deeper.
Yeah, it was.
And they haven't made the outer box any. Box is too small, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, but no, the video is worth watching because obviously you know what, Star Action are quite happy to post on social media when the quality isn't there, but this video really does highlight just how bad they have it.
Oh, I'll have to have a look and prepare myself then, because I mean, I pre-ordered, I think directly through. I can't remember if I did it through Star Action or through Hasbro. It might have been through Star Action. Because I've got the original 6-pack, as you saw, because I got the Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
And at the time, I sold the one, like I sold everything else basically out of that box except for the Royal Guard and Mon Mothma, because troop builder for Royal Guard, I already had enough to worry. But then I realized actually the retros have their own sort of certain look to them, and it's almost like when they're in the Kenner line when they were the different factories did it. So like where you have like the Bespin Guard has like 4 different versions. Loads of characters have their things like Lando with teeth and no teeth and all sorts.
Yeah.
So I was like, actually, I should have kept them, for that. So I'm glad they reissued it because it gives me that chance to get them again. I'll still open them, but just to have the one-offs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. Although I do have a Moff Gideon retro collection where the moustache isn't painted.
Oh,
so
it
looks just like his lips. So he just looks younger. So in my head, that's like young Gideon.
But isn't it in is it in Series 3 that he doesn't have a moustache?
I think so, yeah. So like I've got an accidental decent variation.
Yeah. Yeah,
so.
Nice.
Very content about
Cool. Yeah.
that. No, a chick. I was like, what? The funny thing is, right? I actually read that as thinking it was another Cantina alien that I wasn't familiar with. Like, I
Yeah,
just didn't even
Chicky-cack.
question it. Yeah,
Chick.
chick. Who knows what could have been? But yeah. So I mean, reveal wise, how do you feel about like? I slightly prefer this drip feeding reveal thing because I feel like it's like having a weekly show rather than binging something. Like, it's nice to have this time to speculate. For example, in the retro collection,
Yeah.
there's still 4 more to think about, and it's fun to try and guess what the next ones are going to be, rather than just going, "Here's your 6-pack, forget about it for a year until it comes out."
Yeah. Yes and no. I think yeah, drip feeding's fine when the drip feeding isn't repacks. When it's like, hey guys, here's the first reveal of of it's like the first wave of 2026, and it's this guy that you've already got.
Are they still
I'm
are
not a
they
fan
still
of that.
waves?
Yeah, these 3 are going to be in a wave with 2 others that have already been revealed. I can't think off the top of my head. Again, if anyone knows, put them in the comments. But yeah, the first wave of 5 figures, it will be Maul, Vader, Stranger, and 2 more who
Danger.
they
Stranger.
they revealed in a previous I don't know, event. Dantooine, so action figure. Yeah, they were opening them just to prove a point. Basically, they weren't open. They don't sell them singly. But they were just checking for quality control, basically, because you're buying these figures sort of unseen. They don't open them up and then seal them and ship them out. But I think they wanted to see exactly what was going on, and they did just open some random boxes within a case, and that's how they looked.
And they do sell like the imperfect versions, don't they? Like when there's a card they do have a discount on things when it's
they do.
imperfect.
I mean, I can't talk because I've been buying mine off Amazon this weekend, and they've all the cards are damaged. So, but I know what I'm getting if I order from Amazon. Even when they're boxed, they still manage to stuff them in there, and yeah.
I have tried very hard to keep your spirits in as pristine as possible.
They're getting opened. They're definitely
but
they're not on single cards, are they? They're probably not.
Well, I didn't know. So I was trying to be a good friend. Like I put a lot of effort into doing that. I've built things in bags. I've built things you people wouldn't believe. Just to try and construct it. Like I've put books down this part to make sure that the gap between the top of the card and the box bit's there. I've put a small board game along the back of it to make sure it's kept straight. I have engineered the balls out of this, and this is one of the things you're going to bloody open, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
A waste of time.
I need to show off my Sebastian Shaw Anakin. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I see your Sebastian Shaw Anakin, and I raise you glow in the dark Sebastian Shaw Anakin. If it glows in the dark, I'm instantly sold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you ever be okay with a glow in the dark vintage collection figure?
Why would I need it? No, if it's like a holographic figure, if there's a way to sort of have it, like I think the Black Series did them quite well with the pucks, but they weren't really glow in the dark.
That line. As like.
I mean, I'm glad they weren't in the vintage collection because it's a bit of a gimmick, but
there was a time though.
I've got a glow in the dark Lego Ghost from like the 1980s Castle line. I'm all right with that.
You don't need a Globy One Kenobi?
No.
I love my Globy One Kenobi. I actually have. I have 3 different Globy One Kenobis.
I have been buying a lot of LED lights recently, though, just because everyone's been sort of raving about them, like for the cantina and everything. But I've got like LED lights everywhere at the moment, so any lighting you see up here is pretty much courtesy of that.
Well, we're all thinking about lighting, Dave. Always. I do love having this thing. I am very happy with it. But I've seen the ones that Dean recommended you. Like, because
you did a really good video on the lighting recently. Like anyone that hasn't seen that, definitely check that out.
about trying to do some kind of thing where I can put like a bit of blackout on like most of it and just have them on that. But like,
yeah, if it just shone through the figure, yeah, that'd be cool.
but I think I would need to black out the rest of the bar,
Yeah,
like, and so it wouldn't be as visible. Like, so it just shone through the figure rather than
right.
around it. But I need to sort of play around with that because I think that could look quite cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my favorite sets as a kid was which is really weird, but as a kid, one of my favorite sets was the Ghosts of Three Dead People from Star Wars. But the cinema scenes were great packs in the 90s. Those Power of the Force 2 ones.
Well, it's the only time we got the ghosts as a 3-pack. I know we've discussed this before, but it is like they've come out as well. We've had Obi-Wan as a ghost and Anakin as a ghost, but not in the same line, going all the way back to Power of the Force. So yeah, it's cool that
The
they've
head swap is a
finally
very nice feature.
yeah.
I think it's very respectful of both actors and also of the community and what your preferences are.
Still going to
Quick
need a
moment,
single
everyone.
carded figure of Anakin.
Yeah. There is no pleasing you, Dave, is there?
No, I've been on a real downer today. I'm really sorry. Yeah,
I'm gonna
today.
get commissioned a card kit just so you
No,
can
no,
put
no, I don't
him on
want
there. You want it to be officially released.
It has to be.
What if I
Yeah,
send it to
Hasbro have to
Steve
acknowledge
at
this.
Hasbro? Like, you know, if I send it to Steve to put it together and then repost it to you, does that count as being done by Hasbro?
I would rather have the barge if you're getting Steve to do stuff.
He's gonna delete my number.
There are
Oh
dozens
God,
of us. There are dozens of us, Ryan. We want the barge.
I know. We all want a barge, Dave. Although I didn't want the one. How much was that guy selling it for at Echo Live?
Oh, was it $4,000?
I think it was more. I think it was like
No,
6.
no. I think
Was
yeah.
it
I think it was
4?
four. I think it was $4,000. Four
Whatever
grand
it
for the
was, there was
barge.
more people taking picture of the price, going, "Are you mental?" than anyone actually looking to buy it. And he kept moving it around that table a bit, as if
Yeah.
like, in case people didn't see it. And like, no, everyone saw it, and everyone saw it last time you had it here last year, and it's still not going to sell for.
No, no.
But I might get a cantina. I'm sort of debating it. I'm really debating. The more I see of them,
Oh, the
and the more I've
HasLab
seen of
one.
yours.
You'll,
Yeah,
you'll be able to pick up the cantina pretty cheap. It's the figures that have been going for silly money.
because I don't care about the figures. I just want the cantina. I would just want the cantina.
Yeah.
If only
There
there
you
was
go.
someone I knew who bought 2 and just for the extra figures, you have one laying around maybe. Don't know.
You're
I
right.
guess
Yeah,
we'll never
T
find.
says it was $4,000, and you're right, Dantooine. That is extortion. It's just
That
insane.
is.
I know that you can't. They're hard to come by now, obviously, because they only made a finite amount. But that is insane.
The fact that both of you knew exactly which one we meant as well tells you like how much they stayed in your brains as well as ours. I didn't buy that.
Nearly as bad as those 6-pack the retro sets that were selling that someone was asking for 300 quid
Oh
for.
yes.
The last Echo that we went to in was it March or April? The New Hope. Was it the New Hope one or the Mon Mothma one?
No, it was
It
the
was the Mon
Return of the
Mothma one,
Jedi
wasn't
one.
it? That they've now re-released. So yeah, and it like
Which there was rumours they were going to re-release it.
I think they'd already announced it. I think we did a stream
like a
around
day
that
or two before,
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
But they were trying to sell them for like 400. Seller's market. I always hate that phrase because I get it, but it doesn't make it right.
I mean, it's very much a buyer's market in general for modern vintage collection and all the rest of it. But yeah, some items are just gonna stay high.
For just $2,000, you could have this unique Star Wars collectible. Because like I'm the seller, so the seller's market, like so for just $2,000 that you can have this, vintage. This is an unmade Kenner.
Does it have a mini rig name? Did we decide on one?
I think you came up with the best one, which was just Storm, and it was like Stormtrooper Tactical something or other.
All right, well, yeah,
we'll still work on it. It needs an acronym like the terrible ones, like the PDT or the MTV, whichever.
MTV7, yeah. What number did they get? 9. We got PDT8, so that could be 9. Yeah.
Well, I made a custom vintage companion droid for the MTV, didn't I? Which is this one right here.
Yes.
Which actually has the same functionality. It's to go, it's an army to go with the thing. I've got like quite a few of them. It's actually a McDonald's toy from the 90s that I played with my Star Wars figures as a kid. It's
It
actually
looks the
blue
part.
and yellow, but
You
it
could easily
works.
have those deploying out of an attack, couldn't you? Like,
Oh yeah, that's the idea. I was like, unleash the hordes. Oh, you're right, guys. Last Echo Return to 350. That was it.
it's just mad.
350.
Yeah, yeah.
And Daniel Chart 99. Serious question, right? How much would you pay for a deluxe cantina with no figures? I don't
He
know.
wants to sell you one.
Have you got one then, Dan?
No,
Is that what you're
I
trying
don't
to
know. I
tell
don't know.
me?
I don't know.
Is Dan very subtly going, hypothetically, if I was.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because yeah, everyone wanted the figures, so there's a lot of those spare cantinas going around at the moment. But I think again, with another wave of retro figures that comes out, if they're like cantina adjacent, you might find that those prices start to creep up, or people just want individual alcoves. Who knows? Yeah. So
Yeah,
I've still got a spare one that I will need to move on at some point. Partly because it's
I would want
taking
the
up a lot of
deluxe. I wouldn't want the base. If I'm going to get one, I'll get the
space.
cantina as a whole. I don't
Hmm.
want a basic. I would want a deluxe because I
Yeah.
don't want. It's not the kind of thing I want to regret and then have to try and find an add-on pack many years later. I'd rather have it and not need it.
Yeah.
Milky Way Skywalker. Howdy,
Howdy.
howdy. Hello there. Great name, Milky Way Skywalker. I suppose got to get those calcium in the space. But yeah, it would be an interesting one. Obviously, people are already talking about what the next HasLab would be for Star Wars, but I kind of think it could do with a break.
Oh, I need a break. My wallet needs a break from it, especially if it's going to be the sort of price that they're asking for a gunship. I want them to really think about the next step, because if they're going like down a Death Star route, like we saw how much Lego were charging for that, like yeah.
It won't be a Death
I'm happy to have a proper break from it, but I feel that they will announce something next year to come in time for the 50th anniversary. But I just don't know right now.
I think you're not going to get a HasLab Death Star, but what I think is likely, I think we're going to get a Death Star hallway.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Just give us some of the compartments from that.
Yeah,
Again,
just
where's
give us
everyone
that
going
so
to
we
put
can
it?
make a Death Star.
There's only a small
Yeah.
amount of collectors that will have room for a Death Star display, isn't there? So
It would be the size of your bookcases. Like it would be my entire thing.
probably have to get rid of the bookcases for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think I'm just shifting around. I know I'm changing the focus now, like right near the end of the stream, but I think if I'm going to put money on what the next HasLab would be, I would say an AT-AT, a big AT-AT.
We've got a big AT-AT though. I mean,
No, but a big
do you not think
AT-AT.
it's already big enough?
Oh no, I think it's big enough, but I think they would make a bigger one because I think, but with the point where you could put figures inside the corridor of the neck, like it would have an
that
open.
would be big. Yeah.
Yeah, like because it's going to tie in with Return of the Jedi, Mandalorian and Grogu, Empire Strikes Back. It ties in with a lot.
Yeah. And The Last Jedi.
And I know there's a big secret fan in the audience.
Um,
We won't embarrass him by telling you who it is.
there's two for me. It would be the shuttle or the sandcrawler. I'm for HasLab. I'm not that I won't buy anything else, but they would be the two that like way at the top of my list.
I would probably back a sandcrawler, even though I've finally just got a sandcrawler all the way hidden.
They were
in
selling
the
one
top
at Nerdbase for 100 quid.
Yeah, I've got that one. That's the one from the Disney parks. It was bigger than the one that's a remold of the original
You're
remote
gonna have to blow
control
your
one.
screen up because I can't see that at all. Oh, there's the Disney. Yeah.
So my little. This is like Ryan Speaks Geek on Unplugged.
This is
Just
what we're
sort of
here for.
Going around. Whoa! Extreme close up. Whoa! And I got I'm still working on this, but so
It looks good. Sorry, yeah. It's been a bit random tonight, but
I'll take you down into
enjoyed the chat.
Tatooine. See how.
Yeah. just the simple background looks great on it as well.
I think I've shown off more of my creations than I have actually anything that's been officially made today. Just realised all the bits I've got laying around. My custom work. I should do a little video on actually a lot of the stuff I make. Still haven't got around it. I made one of my Lin custom, my mining droid, but I do all these custom things. I never actually show that. I message them to you and about 3 other people, and I don't really put them out much.
You should. Desty says if not something Death Star, then I'd like to see a Rebel briefing room from episode 4. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, Dodana in there as well. All sorts of pilots, because a lot of them are now older sculpts, like even Legacy era pilots. You could get a lot of them back out.
What would be really nice is if they did this is what I mean about like the TVC killing things a bit, because it would be really cool to see like a 2-pack series of the pilot and the droids.
Yeah,
Wedge and his droid, Dutch and his droid. Do the pairing so that if you've got the X-wings and the Y-wings, that you can change the droids over. You get them as a cool thing. They used to do that in the builder bits, maybe build something else.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could definitely go down that route.
Getting off into the world of fantasy now. This was originally we were talking about reveals, and we've just gone into absolute utter fantasy. My figureless cantina arrived a few days ago. I'm now scheming how to light and display, having fun with it.
Yeah, it's definitely the canteen is great. You do have to spend time with it though. Like there's a lot of setup, there's a lot of fiddly pieces, and I think on initial setup it can look quite bare, but you can do so much with it. So yeah, enjoy having fun with it, Matt, because that's it is a great piece, I think. Make Away Skywalker, we need Andor based vehicles and playsets. I think we definitely need something from Andor, because what's the count from Vintage Collection? About 4 figures. It's nothing. Maybe it's not the most toyetic.
Andor just needs more love in general.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's loved by the fans. It's just I think.
Oh, I meant from like merchandise perspective.
Yeah. Say it's not the most toyetic of toy lines, but then you do have some good battle scenes in there as well. But yeah, I think Lutheran ship would be a stretch for a HasLab, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a lot of the different ISB agents, and because there was also like, I mean, I'm again made a vintage custom of it, but you got like the ISB clerk, which is in the grey tunic and black trousers. Then in the Senate building, you have like the Senate officer, which is in like a blue tunic.
Mm-hmm.
It's there were some great little things, and like that's easy wins for Hasbro. I'm sorry, but like we know they love a repaint, so like chuck us some Imperial.
Yeah, when it makes sense to do repaints, then yeah, I'm all for it.
For the Empire.
Oh, he's so good at.
He is so good at it. But I think at 1 hour and 42 minutes and 38 seconds, officially going to say I think I need to go to bed.
We've done well, and I think a lot that's largely in part to everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for watching. And before you go, please, if you haven't already, drop a like down below. And if you're watching on any of the channel, consider subscribing to either Ryan or me. That would really help us out. We want to do more live streams like this and engage with the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to you guys is the absolute thing. And thank you, Dan, saying like, chat the banter. It's the down to earth mates just having a chat vibe, because basically this is why we started doing this, is because this is just what we do normally. And we were like, it'd be cool if we could do it online, because then we also get to talk to people like yourself, because we meet people at like Echo Live and other things, and we love that bit. That is like one of the highlights.
Yeah, so. Oh totally. Yeah. We're not Hasbro shills, but we're also not here to just shit on everything as well. Sorry if I'm not allowed to say that.
Oh, you can swear. Yeah, it's fine.
We're just here to hang out and talk Star Wars in 3 3/4 inch scale. So yeah, thanks for sticking around with us, guys, and engaging in the chat, because yeah, it's been real fun.
And until next time, keep 375 alive.
Bye, guys. Bye.
This is the bit where I can't work out the buttons.
Keep smiling.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Da 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 da.
375 alive.